From the moment I saw your smiling face, I knew in my heart you were my saving grace. You're the sunshine on my darkest days. With you, I'm lost in an endless maze. Every touch, every kiss sets me free. In your arms is where I long to be. Together we'll face whatever comes our way. Forever and always we'll seize the day.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Turn the Page. And if this is the first time you're here, welcome. And I'm so glad that you're here with us. We're going to be talking more along the lines of spirituality today. And actually, this came from from Charlene 321, who happens to be out in the chat there, and had a request to obviously have beautiful Allison back in the house and to talk about it. And so I text Allison and I said, "What do you think?" She says, "Let's talk about energy check-ins." And I said, okay. I mean, this is her forte. If you don't know Allison, or she goes by Alley Cat. I call her Allison. 211. She also has Allison Creation YouTube channel by the same name, Allison Creation 211. You could catch her Friday night live and Tuesdays. I'm not sure what other days that she does. But she is very artsy-fartsy. She will paint while she's talking to you. And also let anybody else out there know that, if there's anything that you want to donate, will go towards Allison. I don't even know if I can take donations here, but we'll figure this all out. She is very knowledgeable with a lot of different subjects, especially spirituality. She has read so many books. And I am just wanting to maybe give her a gift. If you want to buy her a cup of coffee, whatever it is, you can, go to her page, and she does have a website, or else you could try to reach out to me, and we'll figure it all out. But it is afternoon. Allison, how are you?
Grand afternoon.
Oh yeah, there you go. If this is the first time that you're here, I do a very eclectic, sometimes cornucopia shows. I'm talking political, geopolitical, and then spirituality. Sometimes it's mixed together. But today, I think, what do you mean by an energy check-in, Allison?
Well, what's going on today in the Schumann residence? How did you sleep? When you woke up, did you ask yourself a question? Where am I at right now? How do I feel? Did you check in with yourself this morning?
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I woke up saying, "Mom, I got to get up and on the earth plane." I was telling Allison about this. I knew I was having a conversation with my mother, who's on the other side, by the way. And I always see her younger and beautiful. And, I don't have no idea what we talked about, but I was like, it's time for me to get into this other reality. And we parted our ways, and I didn't do a check-in. So maybe you could take us through the process.
So in the morning when I wake up, I do a deep breath and I ask myself, okay, how am I feeling right now in the moment? I'm neutral. I'm not happy. I'm not angry. I'm just waking up. Okay, cool. As I keep getting myself up, I'll ask myself, do I have any pain in my body? And I'll do a body scan, check in. Do I need water? Do I need lemon water? Do I need coffee? What do I need? What do I need to do to prepare myself for the day? How am I showing up for myself today? So I journal in the morning. I write down, today I'm going to show up confident, encouraged, and I'm setting the goal to achieve 5 tasks today. So I'm not giving myself an overwhelming amount of goals that I have to achieve. Like I have to do an email to a printer I just did. I have to do the coursework that I'm a little behind on. What do I need to do for my day? And just give myself 5 things to make sure I accomplish, that I know that I can. And if I don't get to it, that's okay. But I set myself intentions. I set myself on the path of thinking positively. And I think when people just wake up to a grind, they're not checking in with themselves energetically and saying, oh, maybe I did wake up moody and bitchy or on the other side of the bed. Well, how can you shift that? We are human. We have those days. How can you shift your energy? And it's not escapism. Your problems are not going anywhere, but how can you shift your mindset?
Yeah, if you guys have questions out there, I'm here to highlight them because this is, Allison is coming with a lot of information. I'm good at asking the questions. And, she touches my soul like she touches all of your souls. One thing I keep seeing this keeps coming up on X out there is from Drewski. He's probably one of the few spiritual beings out there, a human being, who puts these spiritual sayings out there. One of it is, how does it feel to stand for truth in a world of lies? That's a really powerful question. And it's almost as like my feeling on this, and you could talk about it, Allison, is I just follow my own internal truth. If I followed all the lies that were out there, I'd be bouncing off the walls. What do you think?
Everything comes from your heart. Your truth and my truth might be similar, but we experience truth differently. You feel it differently. Your experiences in your world are shaped by your upbringing, what you were raised with. My truth is different because I was raised somewhere else. I've seen a bunch of things in my life that other people haven't seen. So how do we come to an awareness that truth lies within in your frequency field? The way someone feels love is not the same way you feel love. But we know love, but it's how you feel it. I know I'm hearing an echo too. I'm trying to.
Are you? Well, let me turn mine down a little bit.
I'm pushing.
StreamYard is known for that. I just went out on Rumble. So I just want to say hello, Apple Tarts. That's out of Rumble right now. If anybody is out on Rumble and has a question, if anybody is struggling with anything, we're here to give you our best insight. If you don't know, Alley Cat does work with cards, but she also channels a lot of information. So she's almost one of these people that could pick up a book and read it and absorb it, but then interpret it and put it out in her own words so that all of us can understand. And I know that this is a really tough time to be alive, and it's a great time to be alive. And we're all struggling with something. And really, Alley Cat, where I want to go with this is the emotion of roller coaster ride that we're on. One day you're feeling really good. The next day you're like, I'm not getting out of bed. And then the next, a couple days go by. If it's raining, it's storming. There's just so much. And if you're sitting at home with that television set on and you're seeing a lot of stuff. Now, a lot of people, and I'm going to throw a little bit of geopolitical stuff in. So Trump is out there and he says, there's never been an Epstein list. And so people are out there saying, well, it's almost the people are saying he's testing you to see if you're a real Trumper, whatever they call him. And I'm just watching the reactions out there. Talk about people just losing their minds over this stuff. To me, they put so much faith into this man that is president of the United States. And a lot of people out there tell you to read between the lines. This is just a bullshit way to live, Alley Cat. It really is. And so when I asked that question earlier, how does it feel to know the truth in a world of lies? That's where we're at right now. And Ellie, you can take it from here, but if we're gonna put all of our faith and energy in sending our power to one particular man or one government, we're in trouble. What do you say?
Absolutely. Spirit, a year and a half ago, introduced me to what I call divine neutrality. It's the understanding that we're all one. It's the understanding that good and evil exist in this paradigm in 3D. We are bound by separation and limitation. Divine neutrality is seeing beyond good and evil and looking at both sides objectively, without a bias, without a judgment, just looking at both sides, how they're playing their game. It's a chess game. You can call it a chess game, a checker game, whatever. What I am upset with is everybody gives you a crock of shit. Oh, yeah, it's going to happen. All the 17s are adding up. All this stuff is happening. Oh, it is happening. Sure. I see it. You see it. But are they paying my bills? Are they feeding us? Are they bringing down inflation? Are they bringing down the gas prices? Everything I know that I have struggles with, it's not because at one point I moved, I'm earning enough money to maintain those bills. But then inflation happens and it hasn't come down. So this is how a lot of us go broke. And a lot of people that are in the chats, they're on fixed budgets. They're fixed incomes. So everybody at some point is being affected. They approach everything from top down when it should have been this time the bottom up. Fix the system from the bottom where people have been sitting the last 12 years struggling. You want us to thrive as a country, America first? Put the people first, not the propaganda machine. And then you're alluding to the fact that, hey, we're playing their game. We're mirroring it back to them. I get that. Great. But in the meantime, what are you doing for we the people? Oh, but this bill came out and this is happening. Okay, they're still taxing on tips. I'm not seeing a difference in the food prices. I'm not seeing any difference from 4 years ago.
Right. And not only that, too. So I had somebody, and I won't tell you who it was, sent me a link. And for somebody who I think the whole truther community started watching from the beginning, which I won't say who it is. And somebody that takes forever to say something to get to the point and only shows his boots. How's that? Apparently is out there telling everyone, hey, you know, the FDA guy is going to, Powell is going to step down. Trump's going to get rid of them. Our mortgage rates are going to come down. We're also going to start getting a lot of money, and silver's going to be sky high. In the meantime, I have some silver coins I can sell you. Now, I'm not, you know, he's basically regurgitating what we can get information from other areas. And I'm not saying that he's a bad guy. There's just a lot of people who may only follow him. And that's what they do. They don't go to the mainstream media. They don't go to other sources. That's perfect for you. But at the same time, don't sit there and, you know, when people are struggling and then turn around and want to be able to sell me silver or gold when it's not at a reasonable time to do that. We are at a point where people are trying to find that silver lining, and we will get there. And when it does happen, we'll look back at this conversation and say, oh my God, that was a totally different timeline. Things are going to change. We have to really it's not hopium, it's hope. We have to hang on to the hope, because if we don't, they are winning and we are losing. And hope could be whatever it is that you need help with. Some people can't pay medical bills. Some people can't afford to go to the doctor. Some people can't afford to get groceries. And that's where I'm saying it's the basics, fundamental, essential things that we're asking for at this time. And that's great that they cleaned house. They cleaned the house, the country.
What is it doing?
And they got rid of U.S. aid, and people are freaking out. They don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand what's actually happening. And so instead of getting upset about it, why don't we look at like, okay, let them do what they are doing, as long as we're not being hurt worse than what we were. But I don't hear anybody bitching about the last 4 years. I don't hear anybody really saying how you know, how difficult it was. We're just at this point now that we can't take it anymore.
No. And the fact of the matter is, of course, do I want to see everybody thrive? Absolutely. Do I want what was taken and stolen from us back to us? Absolutely. But here's a divine test, and it might hit a couple of nerves. I hope it does. Why are you hoarding silver and gold? Why are you hoarding? What is that going to do for humanity? Are you helping anybody out? Are you hoarding all this money, saying that you have nothing, but you're hoarding it at the same time, and you're not helping the community? You're not helping other people.
So
They hoarded everything and put it all their retirement money into a gold and silver, and I had to just sell silver that was gifted to me because I have to pay my bills. But that also makes people feel bad, that the people that don't have that ability to have gold and silver as a side hustle, as something just to be put away for the rainy day, what are those people going to do?
Allison, we have all been there, and it's unfortunate time and time again. It's almost repeat, you know, rinse and repeat. And we've been there. I remember, oh my God, things in life were going so good for me, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, well, I have all this jewelry. And you take it into a jeweler, and at one point in time, it costs a lot of money for all this stuff, and he's basically telling you it's not worth anything, and you're like, what the hell? And I remember paying $1,500 for a watch that I don't wear anything on my hands or my fingers. And it was just my ego was driving me in this particular time in my life, big time. It was like all about material things. And I know spirituality is a total opposite of material things. But I took this watch into the jeweler and he wouldn't give me anything for it. And then I was just like, okay, I'll take my goods and I'll leave, because you know, you're gonna make, you know, for me to reach out to try to sell that stuff, it broke my heart. First of all, you never think that you're going to be at that point, but sometimes you really got to do what you got to do.
I'm there.
And yeah, and that's where I'm saying is that you know, whether it's with your children, whatever it might be, your home, people. Do you remember the time people in the year 2008 were losing their houses? And it was all because of what we know today, is because the government was in charge of everything. Well, if we're basically going to this route where we're saying, well, the states will be in charge of most of the stuff right now, we're going through, we're going through it, but and it depends on who's running the state, right? We're going through something that we're cleaning house, we're throwing things out. And it's just, you know, everyone says, well, it's a good time to be alive. But at the same time, too, boy, we are writing history. We were chosen to be here. You were tough enough to say, I think I can get through this. And you have been. And we just, for the last, I don't know, you want to say the last 20 years, it's been one hell of a roller coaster ride. And all of us are really exhausted on this. But Allison, talking about the energy check-ins, and once we do fill ourselves up again, once we get re-energized again, you know, we have to be able to figure out what to do with that energy to move forward. And that's what I want to talk to you a little bit about. Everything that I mentioned is outside of our control, but what are we actually in control of here?
Bringing heaven to earth, not focusing on your outside world. You know, as much as I'm entangled to a timeline that has me already successful in doing this, well, I have to collapse that and bring it forward into this vibration. The earth, the world, humanity is in the dark night of the soul. We are slowly purging energy that no longer serves us. Marriages, relationships, jobs, lifestyles, they're all crumbling away in order for you to know what your authentic self is and what you actually need over what you don't need.
All right, I'm going to play devil advocate. I'm going to interrupt you often. So here I am, and I'm struggling to make ends meet. What the heck do I care about my authentic self? I'm just playing this out, right? Okay. So yeah, really, what is that going to do for me? Like Trump is going to do something for me. My government is going to do something for me. Tell me how does being my authentic self help me get to the place where I can be totally self-empowered and be in control of things for myself?
Because you're going within and raising your frequency to know what your soul wants for you and not what you want in the material world.
You're raising your level of consciousness is what you're saying. So if I'm walking around and I'm like, sitting there, going, oh my God, another day, another dime, that type of thing. And I could, or else I could be basically saying, you know what, I'm going to be very optimistic about this. And I'm going to ask whoever, God, creator, Jesus, to put certain people, because it's all about the energies of the people, put who I need in front of me so that I can go to the next place. There's used to be that old joke, how to make God laugh, you tell him your plans. So let's kind of go there. So I'm very structured in my mind on what it is that I want to do what I want to be when I grow up. And now God's putting all these different people in front of me, and I'm twitching, I'm fighting it. I'm not sure what I want to do about it. Why are all these people here? I asked for it. The universe gave it to me. I guess I have to go with the flow. And now you're asking me to be my authentic self. That's a lot.
It is, but everything you have gone through up until this point, and I put myself into the same questioning, what did I learn and how did it shape me to the human that I am now?
I got rid of all the toxic people in my life.
In order for less. Where we are stuck, the higher conscious people thinking on higher dimensional spaces, we're not really stuck focused on 3D. We live in it and we have to function within it, but we're up here. There's more people now because of us, because of the frequency we're emitting into the field, that are starting to go, I could do that differently and I could do it without the system over.
Right.
How could we navigate this idea and make it profitable, but without screwing the system and screwing ourselves?
Well, one of the things I think we need to talk about is energy and money. Money is an energy. And, whether you want to call it a note, a penny, whatever it is, it still has to be, you still have to look at it in those terms. We're here on Earth. We're in this body. And money is the thing that helps us survive and get what we need, our essentials to live day to day. So if somebody is out there just giving away money and people are just taking it, as we have found out with certain programs that the government had in place, and they were using it for nefarious things, now we're like, okay, we're cleaning that all up, but I still need the money. And now they're out there saying we're all going to be, so if people did invest in gold and silver and the money will go up, rates will go down, people can pay off their credit cards, so on and so forth. But I'm going to tell you this right now: nobody is paying for anything right now. It is just everything is just in an influx right now. So we're in this particular, it's almost like we're in a really bad dream. And and then now you're talking to me about raising my vibration, raising my frequencies. Am I putting myself into another part of a reality, even though I'm putting myself in another level of consciousness? Can you explain that to me, Alley Cat?
Yes. So when we feel the heaviness of what I'm in it, I'm at the rockiest bottom I've ever been in. And I've been in a few. And there's no comparison because that invalidates other people. Oh, well, someone has it worse than you. Well, you just invalidated my feelings. Don't do that. Anybody that does that out there. Us raising our frequency is bringing in and merging and collapsing the next timeline. We're in the void of space. So right now we're in like this in between. It is unstable. It's inharmonious. It's horrible. But our challenge for light workers, way showers, and everybody that has a heart, where are you spending your money righteously? If we're here to grab the God consciousness, the Jesus consciousness, the Christ consciousness, if you're giving money because you're enabling somebody for a lifestyle, or are you giving somebody money because you know that help will get them to their feet so they can do the work for themselves to get back and doing? There's a difference there between giving people money and they keep saying, I'm poor. I want to go to the store with my EBD card and get snacks. Are you eating healthy? Are you walking a righteous path? That's all you have to ask yourself. Are you walking righteously as if Yeshua was here and you are embodying Yeshua? Are you walking that path? I'm not saying to be Yeshua, but embody that righteousness. If you give money to somebody and they're actually using it to help themselves get back on their feet, and then you see them thrive, your money worked in the righteous way. If you're giving it to somebody on the street and they go get alcohol, that's not helping them. Free handouts. Yeah, we all actually paid for that. I can't get any. Go figure. I paid into the system, and when I fall on my feet and fall down on my butt.
Let me ask you this, Alley Cat. I'm going to rudely interrupt you again. If somebody did offer to give you that money, that energy of somebody, let's just say that they decided they were going to give you a lot of money. And your first reaction is, oh, yeah. And then the second reaction is you kind of go into this, well, what am I going to owe for this? You kind of go through the negativity of what money can do. It's almost it's no different from what people talk about. They sell their souls. And then a lot of times what we say is, you talked about earlier, anybody who has a heart, you know who you are. A lot of people know who they are. They may not be playing it out, but I think at this time in their life, they're going to be asked to play out who they truly are inside and then show it to the outside. So you're going to see a lot of changes within people. Yes. So if I were to say, I could give you a whole bunch of money, Alley Cat, and your first knee-jerk reaction is be, oh, yeah, I'll take it. And then the next one is, you know what? I think I could do this on my own. I think I'm capable. I know that I'm going, this is my journey, but I can never pay you back. And I'm like, oh, well, wait, you're going to have to pay me up. There's always stipulations to taking money from somebody. And then there's other people out there who have no problem with taking the money, but down deep inside, they are basically knowing that if they don't repay somebody, whether it's money or whatever it might be, their time or whatever it might be, they know that they owe that. So you're depleting your own energy each and every time you take something that is not aligned with you. And even though you know at first, oh, I need to take this. I don't give a shit. I just need it. In the long run that that's not going to benefit you. So Allison, little inner child, says, thank you. No, please. No, thank you. I can figure this out. I'm going to get through this. I'm a tough cookie, and I appreciate the offer. But if you know somebody that's looking for, I don't know, in a particular job, can you please pass the word on? Because that's what I'm looking for. That's how we exchange the energies. You barter.
Yes.
And you basically say, God, you are such a wonderful person for offering this. I mean, not God, but this person standing in front of you. Thank you. But what I'm really needing right now is somebody that can provide a really good job for me. And can I give you my resume? And could you pass it on? You start networking with things out there. And you'll never know who you're going to run against. Or, one point in time, I actually went and knocked on a door. I drove many, many miles to get to this one company. I read up on it. I did all my research. I did what I had to do. And I walked in there, and she says, you're making more money right now if you take my job. And I'm like, well, how much will I lose? And she explained it to me. I said, I'm willing to go backwards because I know it's going to get me forward. The mindset was given to me because that's how it was back in the day. I don't know if kids can do that today. I don't know if bartering is a part of the program anymore. Networking is so important because networking is one of these things that it's not what you know, it's who you know.
And that's the problem that I'm facing here. I've walked into numerous businesses, mom and pops, and then franchisees. Hi, I'm Allison. How are you? Personable, a little less on the makeup. Hi, I'm looking for a job. Are you hiring? This is every response I've gotten so far. Go to our website and fill out the resume.
Yes, and it's because nobody does anything on paper anymore. But you know what? It's funny because somebody's going to remember you actually going and knocking on a door, because that is such a lost trade for actually doing that. And even if you were just to have a little card with you, and just a little card with you, can I just leave this with you? You are giving to them, and they are accepting it. It's a perfect example of an exchange of energy. I am
Yes.
so funny about this. If somebody, and I've always felt this way. So I was part of the Lewis Herm's, one of his tours. I only did one thing. And I had all my T-shirts laid out. My T-shirts were plain Jane ones. And it was at the end of the year. I didn't have any really good ones left. We took them there. And this one guy came up to me and had, turn the page right across the chest there written on it. And he was like, I don't wear anything that is printed on the front. And he said, can I just give you the money for the T-shirt? He was a sweet man. And I was like, no, I cannot take it from you. And so he came by like 2 or 3 times and talked to my husband. He looks over at me. I'm like, nope. I said, he's got to take the T-shirt. And because now he's giving me money for something that I didn't work for. However, I was thinking of it. So at the end of the show, he comes up when everyone's packing up and he says, I'll take the T-shirt. And that made me so happy. And it's stuff like that. It's you got to have an even exchange of energy. So this is, you said we got to do an energy check-in. And one of the things is you've got to check in to say, okay, I feel very full because I know I'm not depleting. I'm not losing energy. I'm not leaking energy anymore, or bad thoughts, whatever it might be. You lose energy through all that.
Yes. It's reclaiming. This is the time where people need to really reclaim their empowerment with their selves and work inside. If you know that energy exchange doesn't need to be equal all the time, because some people are not where they need to be, but make sure you're getting reciprocation in some form. Me being and doing my show, I'm putting out a lot of energy out there. If I get something back, I usually start crying. Like, I'm grateful. If you don't see someone being really grateful and like being taken aback and crying, or at least emoting some sort of emotional state, then they're not your people. You
Yeah.
want somebody to actually, if you're gifting somebody or you're giving it away, like, you should be warm and fuzzy, ooey gooey inside, and not being like, oh yeah, here's my shirt. No, you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart and an energy exchange.
Exactly. There comes a point where you say, there's that old saying, don't take advantage of my kindness because you haven't seen the wrath of me either. And that's the truth is, we're all taught at a very young age, thank you, please, no thank you, what have you. And yet at the same time, there's a lot of people out there that look for that kind of, there's always somebody out there conning, right? Those are the ones that if we stay our authentic self, who we truly are, they won't even cross our paths. And if they do, you will see right through them. You bless them, you thank them, and you move on. I'm not saying that you'll never be confronted with any of that, but that's how we do an energy check-in, and they won't try it the second time with you. They may try, but they're also understand who you are. You're showing the real you. If anybody out there is struggling with something right now, put it in the chat here, and we'll help you get through that. And more importantly, it starts with your inner circle of your family, and that's the toughest one. That is the toughest one. It's easy to do it with a stranger, but if you have somebody that is very close to you that you cannot say no to, and so many times you want to, and then you feel really bad, there's that guilt, believe you me, I know what that guilt thing is, and it's because what happens is you say yes to something that you don't want to, and if I had a meter, I would show you you're losing energy, you're losing energy, you're losing energy. The next day you wake up, you're crabby as hell, you don't want to get out of bed, and you can't figure out why you don't feel well. Well, you're also manifesting something within your body, and it could be a backache, it could be an earache, it could be whatever it might be. And then you say, okay, now how do I do an energy check-in and build my energy back up again? How am I going to get through this day? Well, you pick up a phone and you talk to somebody, or you walk outside, you sit in the sun. People talk about grounding, getting connected to Mother Earth. There's so much more to that. There is so much more to that. And so, a lot of times it's just, we just need to go for a walk and clear our head. And then walking in the sun, and that is filling us up too. Anybody have any questions out there?
Here's something that I get approached with a lot when people talk to me. What you just said. Well, I feel guilty. I don't have time for myself. Allison, I'm always doing for my family. I'm doing this. I have a job and I don't have time for myself. Yes, you do. Do you take a shower? I would hope so. Go in the shower and take the time to realign yourself. Water is very grounding. Play some music. Go inside yourself and watch the water and look down at the drain and all the darkness out of you, flow it in the water. Put stuff on your mirror, encouraging words, things. Put it on your refrigerator. I have oracle cards everywhere on my refrigerator to remind me. But take your power back. If you don't want to do something, say no with authority in a nice, respectful manner, and say, no, I can't today. Figure it out.
So I actually want to pull some cards for anybody that wants to. I'm going to pull what your archetype is that comes to me right away. We can do that. I also have, and Allie's going to tap into it with her intuition. Or she has cards.
Yeah, I have cards.
Or if you're working and struggling with a particular chakra, let's go there also and see what we're getting there. Because like I said, it all depends on where your state of mind is with what is going on. So Trump out there basically tells everyone, stop talking about the Epstein files. They never existed. And then people are going back to 2015 where he's sitting there going, there's an Epstein list out there. So it's very, very confusing. People are getting, I don't know if I should say this or not, but my husband came into the kitchen and goes, did you hear Trump and what he's saying? And I'm like laughing and kind of blowing it off or whatever. But yeah, so it's let's see here. I have my Akashic Tarot cards that I could pull something on. If anybody's got any questions out there and anything on any topic spiritual wise, if you're struggling with something, a lot of people are wondering, when's that money come in? We were all told we're going to get money. Is that really going to happen? It'll happen because the level of consciousness is out there thinking that we're all going to get more money. How it comes, I have no idea. But we could take a look at any of that stuff. What do you think, Allie?
I have been contemplating with that idea of why can't they start giving those stimulus checks? So you're not deceiving anybody. You're transparent with, yeah, we're owed money. Cool. But a kid or a person in the next generation from me be like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about stolen money? They're not there yet. They don't understand. So, hey, we're going to have a stimulus check and it's going to be for what X amount of dollars. Do you know how that would help so many people? Put food on the table, pay some bills down, just keep the lights on. Stimulus checks. No one could question that because who's going to say no to it?
So we have so many programs that are running and people say, well, what do you mean by that? We have a program where we're trying to get anybody who doesn't belong in this country out. We just saw it here locally in our little town. 2 major places got hit. Actually, within the last 2 weeks, we saw 3 major places. But, they're hitting these franchises in other states. And then if they happen to have one in your state, they go there also. We're seeing FBI people all over the place. And so then you also have someone else that's kind of working on, the Fed, working on the mortgage rates. You got people working on the money. You've got all this other stuff going on. And then there's everyone that is worried about this Epstein list. And I said to my husband, what is the Epstein list going to do for you? What exactly is it going to change your whole life? He goes, no, it's not going to change my whole life. But of course, he's going to put in there the reason that everybody else is Janine, we need to know who these, I don't know how to put it, these sick people are.
We already know.
We do. Well, I don't know if my husband does.
But that's the problem. Most of us, even if someone's sleeping, they just saw P. Diddy.
They saw P. Diddy walk away. He didn't get charged because of a particular judge that is Comey's daughter. So that all this stuff is still being played out. And, that's the thing, is that there's so much corruption, and everybody just wants to take a wand and say, abracadabra, it's done and over with. Because I was told in 2016 or 2017 that there was a such thing as Nasiric. I was just going to get mine too. Great minds think alike.
Yes.
We're going to, spin our wand, and in life is going to be good. I just saw somebody posting something about our everything is going to go back to 1950, prices and all that other stuff. Yeah, what timeline?
That's what we all need to focus on. And it's not about the greed and having all this money, because back in our heyday of listening to everybody, there was the RV, and then there was this. And then everybody was talking about, well, I'm going to make sure I have a house and cars and all this stuff. Instead of thinking about, okay, wait, take a step back. What is going to make you content? What could you do to help save humanity? Now, everybody's thinking about other countries. Why aren't you thinking about the one you already live in? There is go drive up 15 minutes from me, and you could see it's a third world country in Gary, Indiana. Fix it.
So Charlene makes a good statement here. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I did. She's saying, yeah, and see, this is how the minds think out there. But Trump is putting it out there so the left will start yelling about the Epstein list because they think he's in it. I don't know if I believe that statement. I hear a lot of people saying that. I can't buy into it, and the reason is like, how do I put this? People want to see things straight up out there. Let's kind of talk about the illusions. Okay. We agreed to be here at this particular time, and I don't know a lot about astrology, so all that I can tell you is that there's some planets that are going on, and we all need to get clarity of who we are so that we can see what the hell is going on. And at one point we did have that. Maybe about a year and a half ago, I remember all of a sudden it's just like, oh my God, I don't have to listen to somebody giving me a comm on what is actually happening. I can see it. I can read between the lines. Yes, because so if I'm aligned with my higher self, this information is coming in loud and clear, but nobody else is getting it. They're thinking the way that Charlene might be saying, yeah, it's just so that they put that list out there, and people start yelling. Trump doesn't give a shit about the left, because the left doesn't give a shit about themselves. And all that the left is upset about is that the money was cut off. They were cut off from their energy source. So the first thing that they're going to do is what minions usually do, right? And so, they're going to say things that are way out there in the left field. If it's not aligned with you, then you have to realize that they're just yammering out there at this time. Let's see here. Let's see, 300,000 kids unaccounted for. They located 10,000. So how are we doing locating the other 290,000? I think the number is higher than that. Let me just pull one card on this. LA Cat, if you want to tap into that or get your Oracle cards, I'm just going to pull my Akasha cards. So 300,000 kids unaccounted for. They located 10,000. I think it's more, only because I'm seeing the numbers go up. I follow X really closely with this, and they are tracking this. So how are we locating the other 290,000? Let's see what I get here. All right. Okay, so there is a network. There is definitely a network. So they're still on this, okay? The thing that I got was 2 of roses. Roses are relationships, which means kids, right? It's connections. And so it's the winged messenger is what came up for that. And what that actually tells me is that, there's a lot more information out there. They are basically have this information, and we're going to hear more and more about it as we go through it. We've got 3 more years of this administration, but I think they're going to actually start wrapping it up. If you guys haven't seen, Allie can't, I don't know how to put this. I think when they are uncovering the ICE is out there, they're working in tangent with collecting these children that are out there. I do believe that is what's happening. To me, the whole alligator Alcatraz is another illusion that is out there, because they caught a whole bunch of illegals here down where I'm at, and the first thing that they said on the news is they're sending them to Louisiana. That's opposite direction of Alcatraz, right? So they're putting them over there wherever they can. So what I'm thinking is that they're going to continue working this network, and these messengers out there are the ICE. It's part of the ICE. What do you think?
Well, I pulled this and that is true.
What does that say?
This and that are true.
Okay.
Isn't an illusion. And I'm not saying that kids are not being taken, but is the scale that we're hearing true?
The 300,000, I think it's been that way. That number has how long have we heard that number? Actually,
Since
I think it was
carton days.
Pardon?
Milk carton days.
I think that number was much, much higher at one point, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so Charlene's got a question. She wants to know, is Trump trolling at this time? Now, I had to actually go, I don't know the full definition of trolling, and I sounded so stupid. I actually went to my husband, and because there was a lady that I was watching on YouTube. She was really upset, and she says, Trump is trolling us. So explain this to me.
He's putting stuff out there to trigger people. So he's seeing, he's identifying what's going on in the collective consciousness, and he's reverting the mirror. So people look in and go, oh, yeah. He's trolling us. He's playing around. Right.
Yeah, definitely. So right now, I think, this Dark Night of the Soul, because that's a card that actually showed its head. That's what it feels like that we're at right now. But if you actually know, and it's so funny, because I refuse to say if you know the plan. There's a plan out there, but then there's God's plan out there. Yes. And when I think about it from that perspective, it's almost like you have to go through this dark night of the soul, or the tunnel, but it's at a global consciousness. It's not at an individual consciousness. So what level of consciousness do you want to be at? And you have free will and free choice to make that decision. So if Trump is trolling, where are you? Why are you so involved in what he's trolling? Can you not, brush it off? Is that a big part of your life?
Like I said, if it rents room in your head, if it takes space up in your brain, is it worth having it there? These
we are still we are still writing records for this right now. It's not finalized. There's more information that's going to come about this, and just it's almost like we want answers to because we're tired of it. But at the same time, we have to say, okay, now we just took a wild ass turn. Now Trump is saying this, and it's not making any sense because he said that he would release it. He had FBI directors and everybody out there saying they're going to release it. Now he's telling us to put on our blinders and not pay any attention to it. What the hell is going on? Right? So I look at it, and when my husband was talking to me about it, and I'm just like, well, I don't care, And he's like, how could you not matter? So people are taking this so passionately. Why, Alley Cat?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Does these things pay your bills? Yes, in a collective sense. In the collective sense, we don't want anybody harmed. We don't want to see this. How do we get it so it's not in our reality anymore? We write the plan. Time is fluid. The future is unwritten. Yes, there's an Akashic for every timeline, but we decide how that Akashic gets written in the future. We flow with the tide. We pick up, oh, let's do it this way. Things are going to go back to the states. It's up to us to dictate what the states should be doing. And if we're not happy with the state we live in, we move. If there's corruption, like Indiana is so corrupt, like it's beyond me how corrupt the state is.
I'm sorry, I'm still pulling cards on Bob's
for it.
Bob Perry, and I'm still getting the same thing. It is still being written. It's in other words, if you guys always say that this is a script, and this is what it's saying, the scribe is still being written, the movie is still being played out for some reason. And if the Akashic record has not been created, and I don't think that it has yet, and there's a reason for that. So, move along. There's nothing to see here. Any other questions out there? I'm going to check with Rumble, and I think I am still live out on Rumble.
It's up to us to create the change. We have to think it, we have to intend it, we have to embody it, and we have to move it forward. If we're stuck in the past, our future is not going to come because we're not writing it. We're writing a past that's already over there. What's over here? How do we want our world to be shaped? How do you want to be a cause in humanity? What is your special gifts that you can bring to the world? How do you want to get that done? How do you want to get compensated? These are the things that we all need to start thinking about, because someone else is going to write it for us and it's not going to be what we want. And we have to collectively do it together.
Right. So there's a lot of people out there. I'm going to kind of touch upon another topic here, get out of the political stuff, that are very, very lonely. They don't have somebody to lean on. Their children are busy, or they could be the old people, or it could be somebody who is handicapped and just doesn't have a lot of friends, no one to talk to, that type of thing. And, the only thing that they can turn to is the television set. But, we have to create our own rituals in our own homes. And whether it's having, a frog behind here with a globe on it, or like I was struggling with something where my mother came to me in my dream, like I said, and she's no longer with us. They only come when you need them, right? They're at our beck and call, and I've always had the gift. And that's always been a gift for me to do that. And I was laughed at when I was a kid. You're talking to someone you're dreaming about someone who's no longer here alive, and that's kind of strange, right? It's not strange. There's messages that I'm getting, and obviously it was when I wake up, they kind of leave. But at some point, I'm going to tap into that information when I need it, and that's how it works. What do you do? How do you use your intuition? Energy check-ins. Do you feel things? Are you sensitive? Are you more or less, I'm not sure other ways that people get this kind of stuff there. Maybe you can help me out.
Clairvoyancy. Clairvoyancy. Are you
Yeah.
seeing things out of the side of your peripheral vision? Are you seeing lights? Are you seeing glitter? Are you seeing orbs? Are you having feelings that something is watching you? It doesn't mean that you see it, you feel it. What isn't around you? If you go into nature and sit and like chill out, that stuff will start naturally coming to you in time because you're in a relaxed state. You're outside enjoying a nice lemon water, looking
But a
at
lot of vodka in it.
that's and that's something the spiritual community needs to back down on. Do you just don't abuse the things that are in this paradigm? It's all God. Once you separate yourself from everything, you're in 3D. When you understand that everything has a purpose and it's a test, you can have that glass of wine. Don't drink the whole bottle. You can have that little slice of cheesecake. Enjoy your life. That's what you're meant to do in this planet, is to enjoy yourself, but at balance.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. In moderation, everything is in moderation. So, I saw this particular gentleman who was on a couple of other big influencers channels, and he was on again yesterday. I happened to catch it and listen to it again. And we kind of talked about this on our last show about these healing plants that are, I don't know what you want to say. They can bring you into, I guess it's like a mushroom, almost like a DMT, but much, much stronger. A lot of people can't handle it. You have to be under medical supervision to take it. And I was blown away by it, but I don't know if I'm capable of going through something like that. And a lot of people that have a PSTD, alcoholism, something that they know that they can no longer be doing, and they want to break free from it. I think Ron White is a good example. He's a comedian. He was an alcoholic. He went through this, and it almost sounded like it was torture for them to get to be able to see their true, authentic self. I don't think we need to get to that level. I just think that a lot of times when you talk about we're in the dark night of our soul, that at that moment when whatever it is that we actually address it, and that could be a little painful. And I want to say hi to Brett out on Rumble, Brent 1520. And so where I'm actually going with this is that, just take a list of things that you struggle with. Okay, I don't get along with my family, or I'm really struggling to understand my significant other, or I really would, I've never thought I'd be in this place where I'm at right now, and those type of things. Because that's what we're here to do, is help humanity and help us all grow. And we're going to get there one way or another. And that's why you're here today. A lot of people think, oh, I'm here to witness Trump. No, you're not. You are by far not. You started out at a particular, let's go back 20 years ago, your vibration, your frequency. If I go back to 20, 25 years ago, I was all ego running around. And I do think about that. How many of you out there think about how you were in a particular time in your life, and you go, geez, I'm not that person anymore. Well, how did you get to be where you're at today? That's the key thing. It's like, okay, well, things weren't working for me, and now I decided to go in a different direction, and I found this path a little bit easier. Okay, so you switch paths, and your level of consciousness did change, and your vibration changed, your frequency changed, and I truly do believe that. I would have never thought that I'd be on a social media, you being a YouTuber, never in say 25 years ago. And let's see what else we have out there. Okay, I want to let you take this question here. Regarding my first cousin, our parents are in heaven, a lot of water over the bridge. Reconnecting beneficial?
Yes, I got forgiveness.
Wait, let me get that little close-up camera on you.
I got forgiveness.
Okay.
And this is, be careful of emotional eruptions. So if you're going to reconnect, do it from your heart space and do it authentically and not from an ego space. when there's issues and conflicts, when you're dealing with family members, just forgive what took place and start a new foundation with them. Because the next card I got is answers will come. Remove the energy blocks in you. Because whatever happens, you signed up for experience with it. We choose people to have experiences with, and they catalyze us. They trigger us in some way. That trigger is to be healed within you.
Yeah. Good point.
And the last card I got is new beginnings, flow with life.
I'm going to pull a chakra card for her. This is our moderator that's asking, and this is the only way that I can actually repay her with this kind of information. If she gets a big shift out of this, let's kind of talk about it, and I'll tell you which. I hate these. I shouldn't say I hate them. That's a strong, powerful word. These chakra cards, they give you 8 of them for each chakra, and I'm like, why? So I'm just going to kind of mix them all up. I think at one point in time I had them all separated, and there was only one I wanted to pull for each one of them. But yeah, that's exactly what it was. And let me just kind of go through this and see what Laura's. All right, Laura. So she asked this question about forgiveness, and was it forgiveness?
Reconnected.
Regarding her first cousin, her parents are in heaven, a lot of water over the bridge. Reconnect. Oh, that's a strong. I can't tell you. You want to know something, Laura, is that I stopped talking to my cousins because the parents argued. It looks like you got a braid hanging from your.
My magic wand. My amethyst.
Monkey butts. All right, let's see what card we're going to go with here for her. And we've got time to do this. So, I'm going to see if I pull a couple of them to see what chakras that she needs to work within on this here. And that forgiveness is
more for yourself.
So, yeah. And also the healing is ancestral. That's what I'm getting. Very ancestral. So if they're in heaven, she knows it's water over the bridge. Obviously, it is the physical body is going to be, this is root chakra. It's red. Like I said, I have multiple cards for each chakra. And so let me just see what other one that I get here. So she's got to work just do things at the physical level of healing that. And you're healing the parents, right? It's the, whether it's brother, sister. You could do that. It's only on, there's monkey butt. All right. And then the other one is the solar plex, the autonomy. Excuse me. So it's autonomy. It says, I move beyond the limitations that my ancestors, wow. See, I pulled that. I thought ancestors right away. Society, and I love unconsciously place upon me, I am free. So that's came up with Laura's. I don't know if you can see that, Laura's. All right, that's the solar plex. So there's just the root chakra and the solar plex, so the only 2 chakras that I could see that you need to work with on there. And while you're alive, heal that energy here. Because if they're on the other side of the veil, they've already worked through that. So if you want to tap into that energy, tap into that energy. Let's see. Any questions out on Rumble? I see there's a couple people out there, not a lot of people in the chat, but I know there's people watching. Let's see here. Anybody have something that you're working through? Like I said, in my family, my mom and my aunt were close like this. That was me knocking, and my dogs thinking someone's at the door. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. So, they got into a disagreement, and we loved having the cousins come over. There was 6 of them. There was 5 of us. The parents get into an argument. We all grow up, move around, move away. And then all of a sudden you're on Facebook 25 years later, and you're like, oh, my God, is that my cousin? I wouldn't have known that was my cousin. My sister went back to Chicago. She was on a bus. And, my sister's features, really hadn't changed that much at that time. And some girl come up to her and she goes, is your name so-and-so? And she said, yeah. And she says, I'm your cousin. I mean, that's the sad part about this stuff is that, these family members, our blood, our DNA, and we don't even know who the hell they are. Right? I think we need to heal all of that. Let's see here. It's is this a new question?
It's a statement.
Okay.
It's Bob being a smartass. We love you, Bob.
Yeah, some people change, some people don't, but I bet you're not the same guy 20 years ago. Or 20, what do you say? Yeah, 20 years ago, he says, I slightly changed from 20 years. I don't know. Alicat, think back 20 years ago, that would have been 2021. Then take it, well, you're not as old as I am. I can't believe, it's crazy that they're talking about my high school year reunion. I'm like, no fucking ways in almost 50 years.
Mine is going to be 25, and college, I just hit 20. Out of college, 20 years. I've changed a megaton. My spiritual beliefs have matured. It didn't go away. I just added more to my repertoire, and I'm still growing and still learning and still evolving.
Yeah. We've got Scott Paces out there. Hello, Scott. You good looking man. And let's see here. Who else do we have? Oh, Melissa, Mary, I sometimes call her. She jumped over to Rumble just to, like I said, I have trouble with YouTube, and she could not post anything out on YouTube, so she jumped over to Rumble. Anybody has a question on something that they are struggling with, whether it's financial, spiritual, personal, whatever it might be, ask those questions, because this is a really good time, especially healing with the family. I'm not sure what that was. What is this here? Let me get close up on that.
Timeline shift.
Whoa. Just now?
That's in the within this morning. And I'll show you the Schumann. That's a lot of energy, and there's a lot of shifting there. So we're in 4 planetary retrogrades right now. So your Mercury is now in retrograde tomorrow. All the stuff from your past is going to start coming up for you to heal. So family is definitely something that you should be healing now.
Yeah. What do you want to heal with your family?
Bye, Felicia. Bye.
No.
Bye. Once my mom died, I disowned my aunt, my uncles. The only 2 people I talk to from my adoptive family are my 2 second cousins. They live in the Bronx. They live in AOC's district.
Oh, so the karma's taking care of them? All right. Yeah, but you know what? At some point, you're still hanging on to that.
My second cousins are my forever everything.
Okay, good.
And then basically, I have an aunt and my birth father down in Georgia that I talk to, not frequently. Other than that, bye, Felicia. Bye. Toxic, get out of my life. I can love you from over here. Bye.
Exactly. All right. Let's see. Anybody else out there have something that they're, just they want to heal? Really, that's what we're talking about. You don't have to put your laundry out there. Just say, I have something, and put your handle out there and say, I really want to heal this, whether it's for personal reasons, business. You want to excel in something else. Just let us know, and we'll help you out there. All right. Let's see. You have had to do some making water lines. Okay. All right. So I'm going to wait to see if anybody else has anything that they want to share. If you guys can, just jump over. If you have Facebook, a lot of people abandoned a lot of Facebook stuff. I'm trying to go live over there.
I'm over there.
And,
I'm on Facebook. I'm active. Hi.
but yeah, I have seen you, especially with Arnie stuff, and everyone. Good energy be sent to Arnie. I think he's having a tooth pulled, if not today, tomorrow. So, that is one hell of a ride having that tooth pulled. Yeah,
No back teeth.
and so I'm out. It's called Live with Janine. I thought I had a banner up here. If you guys could, if you're out there and you actually have Facebook, or obviously I'm on 2 of my YouTube channels right now. Go over to Facebook. It's called Live with Janine. I'm not live because I have to get 100 subscribers, and it's so hard to get that. Mary says I can't get access to my Facebook account. A lot of people have been banned. I know, which is sad. But then again, we heard that they were lifting those.
I found you. I just liked your channel.
Thank you. All right. What do I have? 52 people now?
56.
Oh, rolling. All right. So let's see here. Bob is saying he's not farting dust yet. All right. That's cool. Yeah. So let's see. Anybody just want me to pull a particular card? Chakra card, Akashic card. It's just very short readings for you guys today. We're just here to kind of help people. We've been on here for 1 hour and 111. So what else do you have to share with us, Alley Cat?
Actually, can you pull an Akashic card for Bob? He's not going to ask. I'm going to ask for him. He got some serious situations. I won't air his dirty laundry out, but he could use some guidance.
All right, let's see what we get here. This is the Bob Perry that I saw that he said that he just farted dust?
Yes. He's a silly old man, but he has a good heart.
All right. Let's pick one for Bob Perry and see what we got going on and see what I can get. I'm actually going to pull 3 of them for him.
Yeah, he needs it.
I like doing this better than actually knowing the question. All right, so the first thing is his it's not financial. It's more his infrastructure is in the shadows of things. So I'm going to try to dig into a little bit more on that one there. Yeah, he's got a couple of shadow cards that popped up here. So he has access to a lot of information and honoring his own truth, to be honest with you. It's kind of like he's king of his own world, but it's not going exactly the way that he wants it to go. All right. And, it's almost as if he's seeking to get the Ark of the Covenant, which he will get there, and whatever that actually means to him. But be very careful about the people along the way to get there. In other words, maybe he's already experienced that. Okay. And, as far as the first card coming up in the first position is, it's the 7 of the scrolls, which scrolls are basically how you communicate with people. So maybe that's what he's here to do right now, is kind of work on his communication a little bit. But more importantly, it's almost like he wants to rebuild and doesn't know how to start that. Okay, and so then the kings of the king, he is the king of his castle, let's say, but he's kind of, like he said, I think he even said that there, he hasn't changed much. Maybe that you're being asked to change something slightly, not a lot, just something slightly. It's almost as if can I say this? He feels very alone with what he's doing. Okay. And but if he just makes one conscious choice, one decision that is different from the way it is today or the way it was yesterday, he will get to that arc that he's trying to. And the arc is very spiritual for him. It's got nothing to do with anything material, and it's all about him. It's not anything with anybody else. So stop blaming everybody else at this point in time, and pick up your own and spend more time journaling, writing it out. Why do people have to journal? Everyone says, I could do it on my tablet. I could do this. I could do that. right? Why do they have to journal? Go for it, Alley Cat.
I got 17 journals upstairs, up there, written. When you focus on writing, you're getting your energy moving. You're getting your unconscious to come out. You are actively, physically. Oh, well, I'm typing. No, put it on paper, because at the end of the day, you know what you could do with that paper? If you need to release it, crumble it up and burn it in your backyard. Get it out of you. It helps you. I have half of these journals I have above me. Some of that doesn't even make sense, but it's me just getting my brain out. And the act of writing it down helps. You know what I've been doing? I'm doing a course, pages upon pages of notes. I write it down because it also helps me remember if I'm doing that. If I type in a text, 20 minutes from now, I'm going to forget what I just typed. Seriously.
All right, I'm back. I actually had to step away.
No, you're good.
First, it's so hot in here. I'm like, holy cow. And it's going to be about 100. So my husband always says, I'm not allowed to touch the thermostat. So I'm like, I got to turn it, whatever. I never know which direction. I want it colder. So, all right. So we've got somebody out on Rumble here, Alley Cat. And it's Melissa Andy. I always call her, she said, call her Mary, because I can never get her name correct. I think that's her spiritual name that she changed it to. And she wants a chakra card and an Akasha card for her. I'll just pull it based upon her name. I don't need to know the actual issue. And then we have Cindy ST out there who would want one. So if you're wanting a reading either from myself or from Alley Cat or from both, put J, A, or both. And we would be glad to share this with you. If anybody out there is feeling very generous where you can actually donate to Alley Cat, please do so. But all right, so this is where I'm going with this. I'm going to pull the chakra cards for Mary and just see what she's got going on. Mary, quite contrary, if I even said that right. All right, so the first one that actually came up was her third eye chakra, and it's purity. It's purity, if you can see that. I hope you guys can see that. That's her chakra card. And so I read the back, and then I try to see what she's trying to do. It says, I release the need to control myself and my life and of others' demand around me. Okay, so the first thing that I'm saying is a lot of times we think that we have inside information in the world that's going on, and we need to be able to, you do guys remember the time that we were trying to get people to wake up? And, it was our own private agenda to do that because we were told to do that. Well, that's kind of what I'm getting from Mary's energy is, just go to the purity card in your third eye and just spend some time there. Just try to kind of go in and sense the color purple. And let's see what you got. Breakaway. Let me put that up there. Breakaway. Grow and expand with life. Okay, that's what Allie got. That's fantastic. All right, so this is what's coming up. So your first chakra that I have on you, and then also too is the crown chakra is coming up. So it's energy above for her spiritual energy, if you will. I always think of it as like 3 on down is more of the grounding, more of the physical. When you start getting up higher and higher, you're asking questions about your own spirituality. And Mary, all I can tell you on that one is you're knowing. It's almost like you want to be more, you want to tap into the knowing more, sensing trusting. There you go, right there. Boom, chakalaka. All you need is provided. Trust yourself at this point. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to shake up my Akasha cards and actually see what I'm getting on Mary for this. And yeah, Mary, it's interesting. I hope that you're doing really good. I hope that you're taking a lot of vitamins. Oops, let me come over here. I'm kind of looking up. The time is right. Seize the day and make progress of your soul's path. What I'm actually getting here is that, are you eating okay, Mary? So I'm tapping into her energy. I hope that you're eating well, and you're eating the right things that have the right vitamins for the throat chakra, for the mind chakra, for the third eye. I'm kind of sensing that something might not be right there. And maybe you could let us know. So let me just pull the Akashics on her. I'm going to flip over, move my chakras out of the way, and see what I get. All right. Very, very interesting. It's one of the, I love this card. It's all about her spirituality. And this is just a beautiful card. So it's all three of these things that we're actually talking about: her will, her wisdom, and her mind. And this is on the Akashic. Everything is being aligned for you, Mary. And if you can find somebody, Allie, can I let the cat out of the box? With this really, Allie's going to be having some classes in the near future, you guys. All right. So Mary, just make note of that. And she's an awesome spiritual teacher. And she will guide you and get you to where you need to go. So just keep that in mind. All right. So that is what I have for Mary. I hope you helped you out. Let's see here. Cindy says, I could use some guidance, lots of family drama. Let me see what I got for Cindy ST. And Ellie, you can do the same there also. I'm going to actually, with her, I'm actually going to start with my Akashic, and then I'm going to go to the chakras. So, because I have my Akashics in the hand. And she wants a little bit of a guidance here. It says, besides you give this info, Mary says, besides you gave the info to others. One of the reasons I moved to Germany to Spain. Okay. All right. Just let us know, Mary, in the last sentence there, if we got you right, because it sure looks like it. I'm not watching the chat over here on this other side. No, not Mary Jean. This is Mary. She goes by Melissa Ann. She's out on Rumble, Mary Jean. All right. So let me just see what I get for Cindy ST. I'm pulling the Akashics on her, and Allie's pulling some cards on her. All right. Whoa. Okay. So the family drama. Woo-wee. Her family drama is based upon who's going to make the next move, because I'm ready. I am so ready. And I hate to say this because this is the energy that I'm actually feeling for this. And it is the three of the keys. So it's her communication. So the drama is almost as if they think they're communicating, but they're not communicating, and they're all waiting to make the next chess move. And it's very, very hurt. How do I put this? This picture will say it in 1,000 words for her. All right, it's the treasures that she keeps. It's somebody has some information within her family that they are not spilling the beans on. What do you got here? Let me go in and cue into this. It says, rise above the dark days of life. It sounds like a soap opera. Do not fight them, but have faith that the light will always return. Yeah, don't fight them. Don't fight them because, let me just see who this is. Is it, you know what? You guys, the 8 comes up, so it's infinity. This has happened not once, probably multiple times, Cindy ST. Out there, and you're going to come together. If there's a way that any of you can get together around a kitchen table and talk, whether you do that, what is this gathering together? That's the other card. Yeah, we are hot today here. That's exactly what I was getting. And this is the card. It's her community of her family. Get out there, and it's the roses, and the roses are relationships. It's family, it's community, it's children. I'm trying to see what this forgiveness is. The other thing, let me put that up there. All right, it's forgiveness. Be careful of emotional eruptions. So somebody in the family has lessons to learn about this emotional thing in order for you guys to sit around the table. I hope that was helping you out. If you could just let us know how we did on that, Cindy ST out on Rumble, I appreciate it. Let's see. Mary says, I eat a lot of salads now in the hot summer. Okay, perfect. She said, I love it. Thank you, Janine and Alley Cat. Okay, Jacob Stay has a question. What do we got going over here? Could you watch YouTube? Because I'm watching Rumble. All right. So Jacob Stays. The question is, I wish I could put them up on Rumble, so I'm going to have to read it. When am I going to get relief from this entity bothering me? Ellie, that's your area. I don't go there.
What is the entity trying to do to you? Is it a lesson? Is it a teaching? Why are you giving it your power? Not all the how do I phrase this? Not everything that you think, because we've been indoctrinated into thinking like evil is out to get you. You have to reframe that into, what are they trying to show you about yourself? What do you need to forgive? What do you need to work on? Demons and the negative entities are really tests to see if you could persevere. If now you're getting scratches and you're getting attacked, where are you not aligning your protection? What are you not doing to protect your space or yourself? Are you empowering yourself? Negative energy is just here to learn from.
Yeah.
Stop giving it your power.
In other words, just tell it to go away. Oops, I'm not on the screen. Just tell it to go away.
Send
You
it
tell it,
love.
you're in control. You have more power than any entity does. So if you're feeding it any type of energy, just like if you got a stray cat and you're feeding it, it's going to keep coming back.
Mine
All right,
didn't come back today.
Oh,
My little
don't go there. All
Okay.
right, so we have, I'm going to jump back over to YouTube there because I don't see anybody else. Is this one for Barbara Marks?
No, this is for that other guy. Sorry, I forgot your name. This is empowerment.
Oh, Jacob Stay.
This is empowerment. And then break away.
There you go. Yeah, I tend to stay away from those things when people, I don't know why, you know, I just don't. So this is why we have Alley Cat here. All right, so
sage. This is for anybody. Sage, Palo Santo, clear your house. Open up some windows. I know it's hot and gloomy wherever you are, but sage, it helps.
Yeah. All right, so
this is.
So Sage, Jacob, stay. And if you have any other questions, you can follow up with us on our next show when we do one together. We'll be doing more readings like this. Cindy ST says that makes a lot of sense to me. Thank you, guys. All right, so I'm going to read Barbara Marks, and you let me know when you have to go, okay, Alley Cat? Okay. Like I said, I don't know if my channel is even set up to take any fundings, but Alley Cat, you want to give out your email? If you put it in the private chat, I could put it on a banner, and if they want to contact you to help with donations, please do so. All right, L3 Centers is going to be next after Barbara Marks. So I'm working on my Akashics for Barbara. All right, let's see what I get here. Okay, so Barbara is, you know, so it looks really good. It's the energy feels very stable for her. It's almost as like she's looking to be more creative at this time. She's looking to sculpt something right now, and the timing isn't just right. But she's starting it by going there and trying to access herself. So she's opening when Alley Cat said earlier to I'm trying to see if she put the private chat up there. Studio chat.
I'll put it in here. Hang on.
Oh, okay. So Barbara, I'm sorry I got interrupted there. So let's see here. I'm also seeing too that with sculpturing, I think it's more with the family. I really do believe it's more with the family. Let's see if I can grab this here and put it in a banner. Sorry, Barbara.
Barbara, surrender now. Surrender now. Watch and wait. And be in the now moment. Be here. Be now. Tear down the walls around your heart. Give and receive security and warmth. A wonderful surprise is coming. Something entirely new awaits you. And a new strategy is required. Find the path to love and happiness. What do you want to do? And that's flowing in with what you're talking about, Janine.
All right. So So Barbara, we are pulling cards. So in the meantime, if you guys want to help out, Alley Cat, here is her email address. Send her a message. Just send her a message, and you guys work out the logistics on that. I'm just networking for her. All right. So the next thing that I want to do is talk about, for Barbara. I talked about she's trying to figure things out. It's almost like I want to say she wants to figure out the next phase of her life. Okay, in doing that, and it's got a lot to do with it's got to do with young souls. Let's put it that way. But it's upside down right now, and that just basically tells me it's a little bit in the shadows, that either you're working on it to get there, or it is been kind of something that you've been struggling with. Okay, and so let's see what I have here is whenever I see this card, it's the views of the ego. All right, it's the views of the ego, and it's almost as if you take a look at this, it's the Four of Roses, which is family, it is communication. What I want to say to Barbara is, it's the situation that you have in mind. It's either how do you see yourself, or how are you seeing others at this time? Maybe you need to just be able to just go into, kind of like what I said for Mary, go into purity in the mind's eye, right? The third eye, go into the purity and see their light. And that will help you. All right, that'll help you. And let me just pull a chakra card for her, and then I'll get to L3 center. L3 center, that sounds so familiar to me. I don't know why. All right, so the chakra that I'm actually getting for her is her solar plexus. The chakra is the greatness, and she basically says, I like and love and accept myself. I'm a wonderful and talented, and I know that greatness resides within me. So this is something that if she has to tell herself on some level, she really has to embrace it and pull it in very strong. And it's at the solar plexus. So there are things that you could do for that particular chakra, working with that chakra. And let's see what else I have here for you. And the next one is the abundance that she's trying to work with at the root chakra. So, you basically have gathered so much information at this time in your life, and you've nourished others and comfort others. And I'm going to say this to you. Where are the legs for yourself? Where is the nourishment for yourself? Focus your attention upon the gratefulness. How beautiful that you actually are, Barbara. Okay. And maybe you haven't told yourself that. I don't tell myself that enough. Monkey butt will tell you. All right. And I hope that helped you out. If you guys could please let us know how you feel about this. And I'm going to get over to L3 Center. I think I know that name, and I don't know why. Pull both cards for me when you get some time. You'll be up next. Barbara says, beautiful, thank you. All right. We're going to, do you know who L3 Center is? All right. I don't know why. I feel like I do, and I should. So let's see here. We got a bunch of monkeys that are up on the screen now. And, yeah, too bad I don't have that Zoom where you can actually put the monkey butts up there. All right, so we are going to focus on, and unfortunately, when I do Rumble, I can't put their stuff up on the screen here. Anybody feels like they want to reach out to Alley Cat, send her an email if you want to send donations, and she'll tell you how to go about that. All right, so the next thing I want to do is talk about L3 centers. L3 centers. All right.
I pulled a powerful card.
Go for it if you want to talk.
Have courage. Awaken the warrior of light within you. Look at that little sexy vixen right there. And then a light-filled angel is at your side. It watches over you in dark doorways. So know that you are being protected. Follow the path of your soul. Do not allow anyone or anything to stop you. That's not your ego. That's the soul you're looking for, the path of your soul.
Beautiful. All right, this is what I have for L3. So the first thing that actually came up was her guides, her with her. And I don't know if you need to be reassured of that, L3, but you have got ancestral guides that go way back with you. You can call upon them anytime that you actually need to. And what I'm actually seeing that's in the shadow that the Akashics are actually showing me also too is that you constantly think that, you know, your timing is never there. You're not on track with anything. And that is, you know, that kind of talk in the mind will keep it in the shadow. So if you just say timing is everything, something worthwhile is what Ellie is showing up on the screen right now. And so with that, with you thinking that, when is my train going to come in? You know, I've been standing on the tracks here. And so I would have to say to you, so that is a scroll. That's the information, it's communications, and I'm actually getting it's more of the self-talk that's going on right now. But if you just hang in there, end of summer, and if it doesn't happen at the end of the summer here, winter, so we're going to skip over to fall. Winter is really what I'm sensing is that where you're going to be ready for this now. I hate talking about time, but this particular thing is actually showing me these, they're showing me the 5 forces. So 5 is chaos to me. I always see 5 in chaos is that, or maybe 5 more months of this, right? It's however you look at it, and the forces of the energy, the Akashic energies that come along with it for you there. But let me see if I can pick up what it is. You have help. And I'm seeing Archangel Raphael coming in from at the heart chakra level. Wow, what is this about time with her? I don't know if I could go there. Are you health wise? L3, I can see rumble. I mean, what is the hurry here? Is my question. Once you kind of settle the energies of time in your own mind, I think that so there's a big delay out on Rumble. She's just catching up to what her L3 stands for. I actually think that the timing is going to be perfect for everything for you, and you have to believe that. It's kind of like it's almost like hurry up and get there so we can hurry up and get back. All right. And I'm also picking up on this is that's going to have a big effect on your health for you, whatever it is that you're trying to work with. And so she says out on Rumble here, Lifelong Learning Center. That's what the L3 stands for. If you're trying to get another learning center, if you're trying to get better business, you know, contact Alley Cat if you want an extended reading on that. She'll be glad. Patience and persistence is what she came up with. Yeah, so just take care of yourself while whatever it is that you're going through with this. I'm going to pull a chakra card and then we can move on to somebody else. There's someone else out on YouTube that wants to read.
Yeah, Scott.
Okay. Let me just see what I can tap into this chakra for her, and then we'll move on. I hope this has helped L3 centers, patience, and persistence. Let's see what we got here. We're coming up on an hour and a half, and this is a beautiful thing. We've got a lot of people there in here. So yeah, so it's her third eye chakra is where she's got to focus this on, and it's the unity and the harmony. It's almost, let me see what I get intuitively. You know, it's kind of like these, you know, if you want to look at it this way, there's a lot of people out there that says, well, I want to be successful in business, but I don't think spirituality has anything to do with it. You know, and a lot of people do believe I'm either going to be very business-like or I'm going to be very spiritual. And I think where she's going to is she wants to meld these two things of spirituality into the business. And I think that is where she's going to flourish. And I'm not sure if you're doing that now, L3, But that's kind of where I'm getting. It's almost as if you're trying to pull together in the unity of harmony, and there's a polarity pull is where I'm going with this with her is what I'm feeling. All right, so that's what I have there. Let's see if you want to start with Scott.
Yep. All right, Mr. Scott. Re-energize in the natural world. Let your inner hunter or huntress rest.
Ooh, cool card. I like the colors.
Yeah,
let me zero in on that and hold it up so that everybody can see it.
I love this deck.
Yeah. All right.
Free of wishes is calling your name. An almost forgotten wish is now coming true. So whatever that wish is. You have awaken the magic of your creativity. Immerse yourself in the world of feelings. We have forgiveness. Be careful of emotional eruptions. This card is coming out with everybody. There's a lot, and that does not include other people. That includes yourself as well. Something worthwhile in stillness you will know. So that's silencing your mind and getting all the chatter out. Find balance. Seek balance between doing and being. There you go, Scott.
All right. All right, this is what I'm actually getting for Scott here. Scott, I do see some Four of Roses, and what that basically means to me. So symbolically, I get this information. Okay, so the Four of Roses, and it's almost as if let me just kind of see if this is you or somebody else. Whoa, very, very spiritual. I'm not getting that this is him. I'm getting it's for somebody else. And it's almost as like, again, I'm going to go back and use the analogy. We're trying to get people to wake up, whoever it might be, Scott. And sometimes people don't even know that they're leading their life with their ego. And sometimes you can't dance with the egos unless you know how to dance with your ego with their ego. But one thing I will say to you, Scott, is if you could try this example, is that when you are having some sort of power struggle, if you will, and that's the best way I could put it, just ask your higher self to bring you up to their higher self to work around the egos, okay? And that'll give you a way to communicate with them, and they'll open up. And always ask for permission to do that before actually doing it. And also, too, is that you do have a lot to teach at the spiritual level, whether it's your intermediate family or it's just this one particular person, or if it's a group. You have the gift, let me tell you. And also, too, is it almost feels like the outcome of this is you are going to have to continue to work within the two worlds. You're in the world, but not of the world. And once you understand that, I think you're going to flourish with what it is, this relationship. And let me see if, this relationship that you are, I think, questioning at this time. Let us know how we did. Oh, I want to pull a chakra card. Just pull a chakra card and see what comes up and what I can get on that. And let's just see here. It's the heart chakra. It's the forgiveness, Scott. It's Scott, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's the forgiveness card, Scott. So working from the heart. This is huge for you. And I think when the first card that I actually pulled was in the shadow side of things, which is working with the ego. So you're struggling at the beginning of this, but in the outcome of it, it's all gonna, like I said, just keep in mind, we're in the world, we're not of the world, and people don't understand the different levels of consciousness. And it's so hard to come for people to grasp that. But just forgive yourself. Or forgive somebody else for their imperfections. Just keep that statement in your mind, and you will work through this, okay? And it's just just keep going into your heart and working with that. And if you can journal, that'd be all the better too. All right, there you go. tired?
I got
Hello,
no sleep last night, but I'm awake. Hello, baby.
This is Bella.
Hi, Bella.
She just wants to know what's mom doing. This is my little swimmer. Can't ever get her out of the pool. All right. Scott says, thank you. I'm going to put this up here. That's about all that I have. I don't see anybody else asking for a reading out on Rumble or YouTube, unless I missed something. We'll wait a minute. If somebody else wants another reading, we'll go for it. And let me take this down here. So, like I said, we are kind of doing like a little gifts for you guys. I hope you appreciate it. It's maybe something that you can work through. If you want to continue with more information, Alley Cat would be glad to help you guys out. Let's see. I think that's everything that I have. What do you got going on over there? Oh, come here.
Put a smile on all your faces. Find something to do today for yourself. Go out into nature. Find something to laugh at. Get in a higher vibration. The energies are heavy. The frequency of Earth is heavy. We're all attuning to different frequencies and energies going on in the world right now. It's energetically overbearing for some of us. Take the time to breathe and to be conscious of the now moment. And be honest with yourself. How am I feeling? Check in with yourself. It's okay if you feel like crap. Now that you know that you feel like crap, how can you turn it around? What can you do in the moment to make yourself feel better? I don't think people consciously, instead of taking it in and not letting it out, when? I told people the other day, go into a parking lot with nobody, get in your car and scream, cry, get it out of you. And if you're complaining, let it complain all day. Get it out of you, because if you harbor that stuff in, you're going to make yourself sick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's normal. We're purging. Hi, Ishmael. All the way from Ireland.
Okay, let's see what else we have out here. All right, so that was our reading for today. If you guys enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up. If that's something else you want to see, put it in the comments. If you're catching this recorded, let us know. Yeah, that's so cute. I don't have anything else unless you want to share anything. When are you coming on your show next?
I'll be on Friday live.
Okay. And let's see here, Friday live. And if anybody has any questions, concerns, or comments, please write to alleycatcreations@gmail.com. All right, let's see here. Jacob's Day, Mary, L3, all of you, Cindy, I hope that you enjoyed your reading. There's so much more. We did this very down and dirty, and there's so much to you guys. And just take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and we're all going to get through this together. This is why we're doing this. All right. Let's see here. Lori, yes, and everybody please thank Lori. She's the moderator here out on YouTube. She's doing a great job. Take a moment to like and subscribe. And also to get over to YouTube, or not YouTube, Facebook. Yeah, and just go in there and I guess you like it, right? I don't know what you do on Facebook. I've got a channel out there called Live with Janine. I want to start getting a channel out there. Bella does too. And if you would, I appreciate it. That's all that I'm asking for is just take a moment if you still have that. Bella, what's the matter? Okay, so I think she wants me to go out. All right. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Mary Jean. I'd love to have Mary Jean on here. I know we've talked about it in the past, but yeah, that'd be really cool to have her on here also. All right, you guys, take care. Bye, Alley Cat. Thank you for everything. Take care, everyone. Bye now.